Hey, everybody, listen, welcome into the building. It's Saturday, people, and we're going to have a quick, little, interesting, trending topics. And you know, the theme of our trending topics is called relationships. Now, before I get into this, y'all know y'all can't cheat and jump on this train, okay? Y'all got to hit that like button, okay? That is your ticket on this train ride, and we're going to get into it. But before I get into it too and let our riders on, I need some moderators, okay? I need some moderators, and I need some moderators like ASAP, okay? So if you're interested in being a moderator for my channel, I put my email out there in the chat. It's up there somewhere, but I'll put it out there again. But I need some moderators. So people, email your girl, okay? Email your girl. Carol, I see you bought your ticket. Thank you guys. Thank you for everybody that's buying their ticket, okay? But email me if you are interested in, oh, thank you, Sheila. I appreciate you. Okay, I really do. So I'm interested. I need some moderators, and I'm gonna put my email in the chat again, so that y'all can help a sister out, because I need moderators, okay? All right, so I hope I spelled my own little email correctly, but that's my email. So email me, all right, people? So now let me board this train, because we're going to get this thing popping and started, okay? Don't forget, hit that like button, okay? All Black Panthers, you know what? I'm loving y'all. I'm loving y'all. I'm loving y'all. I'm loving y'all. Thank you, because I need some mods, okay? A few good mods in the building, because we about to pop this thing all the way off. That's right. You know what? I almost forgot. Sam, before I board this train, y'all know what y'all got to do in that chat. Y'all know what y'all got to do. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. I'm about to board this train, and we will call security if y'all not hitting that like button, because y'all know that is your ticket on this train. So hold on now.
Hey, Auntie. Hey, beautiful people. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. And listen, what is that show called you did your recap on today, Roy?
It is called Grown in Gospel. Grown in Gospel.
If y'all watch Grown in Gospel, y'all like the show, you want to know about the show, even if you didn't watch it, go over to Roy's World, because he did a recap earlier today and he broke it down. So that way, even if you didn't watch it, if they have another season, you will get to see it. Go ahead. You could go ahead and show them and add that to the stream, Roy.
Oh, I think you gotta add it.
I gotta do it. Oh, wait, where did it go, boo? Okay, bring it back. Boom. Hey, Robin.
Hey, listen, I watched your recap today for you. And I've decided I will watch it next season.
Oh,
if Rocky and Latasha, wait, no. Only if Rocky and Latasha are on, I will watch the show.
Oh, see, now you play it, Robin. Now you play it. Somebody Rocky and Latasha on. Don't do that. I was getting all excited. So listen, guys, this is the Grown and Gospel show on the Weed channel. But like I said, today over at Roy's World, he did a recap on it. Check your email. You spelled it wrong. Thank you, Clara. Okay, I spelled my email wrong, but I'll throw it in there again. Roy, if you could throw my email in there again for me, I appreciate it. So go over to Roy Is World, and while you at it, throw your channel in there. Okay. There you go. Yes, we got Grown in Gospel. He did the recap earlier today over there on Roy Is World. Check it out. Check out the show if you have the Weed channel. Clara, thank you for that so much. We're gonna fix my email. I can't even spell my own email. Ain't that messy? Oh my goodness. Let me board this train. Okay. Hold on, because we got the peeps in here. Where we got formerly known as E. Okay. All right. E. I don't know. What am I supposed to say here?
Well, no, I'm still E. I can't think of another name. So I'm still E for the moment, but I'm thinking about it. So yes, I'm still E for the moment. Look at Royer's face. Hey, Royer.
Hey, boo.
So E, listen. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There's my email. I need a few good moderators. So email me, okay? And hey, Juanita.
Hey everybody, how
Hi,
y'all
Hey,
doing?
Juanita.
You.
Hello, miss y'all.
Miss you too. Hey, Sebastian, in case I didn't say hello.
Hey everyone.
Hi Sebastian.
I love you, Sebastian.
The love is in the air on Saturday. Well, here we go, people. We're about to get into this. This is Trending Topics, and the theme of our Trending Topics is relationships. Okay, it's relationships, and we're going to get into it. I don't know how many of you out there know Bruce Willis and who he is. Well, Bruce Willis was definitely a big deal. Okay, y'all still there? I saw something go across my screen there. Are we good? Okay,
We're good.
Bruce Willis, definitely the big deal. Okay, the Die Hard series. Okay, Bruce Willis was everything. And now, if you do remember Bruce Willis, you know his first wife was Demi Moore. Okay, Demi Moore is from what's it, G.I. Jane. The reason why Will Smith had got up there and slapped Chris Rock across the face, but we not going to backtrack to that. It's because of that movie, G.I. Jane. Okay, G.I. Jane. And Demi Moore she was a star in G.I. Jane. And I'm going to be honest with you, I absolutely loved that movie.
It was good.
Wasn't it good? And because of that movie, I started really getting hard with the workout. I was like, all right, now she inspired me. Okay. G.I. Jane. Okay. So, it's Demi Moore and Demi Moore and Bruce Willis was married, had 3 beautiful daughters together. They got divorced and he remarried. And he had 2 more children with the new wife. Okay, but the new wife is younger. I don't want to go down this road too far, but the men love to, trade in for a pretty young thing, a PYT. They like to trade in their wives for a PYT, right? A pretty young thing. But you know what? Sometimes the pretty young things will cost you a little something. Because here now it is, Bruce Willis, he was diagnosed with dementia, right? And the PYT, in my opinion, she's not handling it too well. But guess who's standing by his side?
Demi.
That's what the friend said. The friends, always when we get these reports from these news outlets, it's always a source. Okay. A source tells us. So those friends that be in the background, they be calling the papers. Talking about, can I speak to one of the reporters? Because I got something to tell y'all. They be speaking. No good friends be talking, okay?
Messy.
They messy. Okay, so the sources told the outlet that, listen, the whole pandemic, Demi Moore took care of Bruce Willis. Okay? The wife couldn't make it to the house they was at because something happened to the little one. Well, the little one is still living and breathing. When she took care of the medical emergency with the little one, she couldn't go down to Idaho where Bruce was at with Demi Moore. No, you know why she didn't go? She didn't feel like dealing with him in that dementia. Okay, but that's the PYT. That's the PYT that he wanted. So listen, don't believe my words. We gonna look into this. Hold on one second. Let me pull this article up. Okay, hold on one second. We don't want that. Let's get out of that.
No, it's on CNN. Oh,
okay, come on. So do you see this ain't no joke? Okay, so it says this is why Bruce Willis is isolating with ex Demi Moore and not his wife. Do y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
He was with the ex-wife during the pandemic and not the wife. Well, let's hear the excuse why. Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter, Scout Willis, has told why her divorced parents has chosen to isolate together during the pandemic. The family raised eyebrows early in April when a photo of the die-hard actor posing alongside with his former wife and his daughter and her sister's boyfriend, the whole family, the whole ex-family and not the new family. See that photo there? Matching PJs and everything, chilling. And Bruce Willis, no, I'm not going to say nothing. Okay. In the picture.
That was messy. That was wrong.
I was about to say something, but then I don't want everybody to get emotional. Okay. In the picture, they all wore matching PJs. Okay. But Willis' wife, you see this? This ain't me. Willis' wife, Emma Hamlin Willis, and their two daughters were not nowhere. They not in the picture. See that? Where is the current wife and the kids? Even the dog got on the pajamas. You see the dog laying there? New wife nowhere to be found. Okay, let's continue here. Okay, so she the daughter now, his daughter from the first marriage, Demi's daughter and his daughter together. She's telling this story. Okay. She said to set the record straight about her parents' quarantine arrangements, saying that the current wife had initially intended to join the group in Sun Valley, Idaho, but a medical emergency had her left stranded in Los Angeles. You know, everybody with these medical emergencies, they don't want to tell us exactly what the medical emergency is because they don't want to judge them, right? So it was a medical emergency, so she couldn't make it. It's just so funny because to me, they were just like my super effing weird parents. But to everyone else, there's like this different level. Scout told the host, okay, known only as they. My stepmom was going to come up there with my two little sisters. But my younger sister was at a park. Now, picture this, y'all. Right? We're on lockdown during the pandemic. But his current wife went to the park with the little girls. And they had never, she said, and had never gotten to talk about, so she's trying to say that the mom, his current wife, was at the park with the little girls, and there was this needle on the ground that the little girl found. And she found this needle, and she started poking at her shoe with the needle. So during the pandemic, nobody's going outside. But you went outside and took the kids to the park. Now we're talking about Bruce Willis. Now you know they live on a property with acres.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of going in your backyard during the pandemic, you go to a park. And at the park, the little girl happens to find a hypodermic needle, and she starts poking around her foot in it. The accident called for a trip to the doctor, and Scout Hemi Willis chose to stay in Los Angeles while waiting to get test results from the doctor, and Bruce traveled to their family home in Sun Valley earlier. Okay, so how does Bruce, who has dementia, travel to the Sun Valley home in Idaho without his wife? I cannot do this right now.
But
yes, go ahead. Travel got crazy, so my stepmom stayed in LA with my little sisters. Go ahead. I'm listening.
But listen, dementia does not mean that, like,
he's bad off, though. I know, but I know what you're going to say. But I just want to tell you he's bad off.
But it's not good to be with said condition and not be with someone around you.
That part.
Because you could obviously, just that 1 minute, sometimes, it's not all the time, but sometimes it could just happen, which is very scary.
100%.
What if he forgot who his daughter was? I mean, his child was.
That part. But let me add a little bit more to this, right? So Bruce Willis, my wife, makes a surprising remark about his marriage to Demi Moore, right? So what happened was, and she took the post down really fast because people were speculating things, right? So a fan page posted that, an old picture of Bruce Willis and Demi Moore back when they was married. And the fan account said, that they were great together. And she made a comment, that raised a little eyebrows, okay? Because she said, yeah. She said that somebody wrote, I like them together. And she said, yeah, me too. I like them together as well. You follow what I'm saying? So she wanted him to go down there. In her mind, she's like, yeah, go down there and be with Demi Moore in Idaho, and I'm not coming. Y'all do whatever, because I'm not dealing with this, right? And you gonna write this cryptic post about, yeah, you liked them together as well too, but then you took it down really quickly. Bye. They said the post is no longer available on her account, but this was a screenshot from People. Moore and the Moonlighting Star were married from 1987 to 2000, during which they had 3 daughters, and then he remarried and he got the 2. And so now they're one big family. And she's mad because the rumors on the street are that Demi Moore has moved in with her and her 2 kids, and Demi Moore is primarily taking care of Bruce Willis and not his wife. Now, this picture is interesting, right? And why is it interesting? Because this is the new wife in the orange shirt. Why is she not next to Bruce Willis? Now, I'm not trying to make nothing up. I'm just pointing out what the facts are here. But who's next to him? The ex-wife. And you know what the sources said? The sources says that she's not moving out until, it perhaps, unfortunately, something happens to him. In other words, she says she's staying with him to the end. She's standing by her man. And even though they divorced, she's honoring that, saying, to death do us part. This one right here, she's checked out. But that's what happens when you want to be older and then take on a little PYT. Now, Demi Moore still looks amazing. And men usually don't veer off the road too far. This could be Demi Moore's younger sister, the new wife. She looks like one of these are the daughters. Those are their daughters right there. She looks like one of the daughters. Like, see, they could be sisters. Now I'm gonna stop sharing. We're gonna go around. Okay, the new wife is a little messy. She a little messy. I think this is too much for her. This is not what she signed up for. What the new wife signed up for was Bruce Willis the star, Bruce Willis the man that had money, and she thought, she's gonna be happy, play around. He was still gonna be making movies. She was gonna be hitting red carpets. She had no idea that she was gonna be home taking care of this man in his condition. But you never know what you're going to get. What did they say in that movie? Life is like a box of chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you're going to get. But Roy, what are your thoughts?
To me, this is the importance of, getting with someone and staying with someone who's in your age. Because, once you stoop down to get these younger girls, they don't care about, your health issues and what you need to eat to stay healthy, and you're taking your medications and stuff. They're just worried about making sure that their needs are met and that they're taken care of. Mm-hmm. And so this new wife, this young lady, is being a perfect example of a gold digger, if you may.
Yeah.
Everything was good and fine when he was in his right mind, but now that he done lost it a little bit, now you're trying to find somewhere else to go find. Like, what are we doing, ma'am? You signed up for this. You signed up to be there in sickness and in health.
That part.
Rich or for poor. Through death do us part. We may need to change the wording of the prenuptials, because the people just can't seem to follow them. And there's no need to be saying this stuff out loud more than once, especially if we can't keep them.
Amen.
For this gentleman to be at a low point in his life, I'm sure this is when he expected for this young woman to support him and be there for him. As Demi is now having to stop her life,
that part,
go back and backtrack to clean up the mess.
Yes,
a mess that she didn't even create.
That part, she really loves him. She don't. Let me tell you this: that wife better get that, adjust that, whatever the final will. You better adjust that will and make sure Demi gets a part of that empire.
Demi already got her portion. I can guarantee you that. Ain't no way.
She needs more.
She does need more. That is right. That is very true. I think that Bruce's whomever his caretaker is
It's Demi Moore.
Is that the official caretaker legally?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Demi, I need you to run on down to the courthouse, baby girl.
Yes.
I need you to go on and sign everything over in your name. You already have the okay, boo. You good. So don't worry about it. Make sure that this new chick don't get nothing. Because you did all the work. You stuck it out when the tough was going. And then she came in for the good part. And now the good part is leaving. She want to step up. No. You're not going to take my hard work and run off with the coin. No, man. Get down to the courthouse ASAP.
Yeah. We know he got a new wife, but Demi Moore has moved in the house with him, the new wife, and the kids, and she's taking care of him. She took care of him the whole pandemic. That pandemic lasted a long time. And the whole time, that medical emergency, the whole time that they couldn't get to. Come on, stop, girl. Stop. I'm not going for that. Robin, what are your thoughts?
I don't know why. I can't remember why they initially divorced. And we know that she married Ashton Kutcher. So they both got pretty young things. But my recollection is that through the years, they've always maintained a closeness as a family. So the fact that they're sticking together is not new. I don't know anything about this new wife though. And it is very suspect that she said, she didn't have the bandwidth to join the rest of the family.
Mm-hmm.
So she's sus. Mm-hmm. And I'm with Royer about, they probably have a prenup, let's hope. Because Demi can't just go to the courthouse herself and change things. They'd have to do it quick, fast, and hurry because of his frontal lobal, whatever it's called, the FTD, a frontal temporal, whatever, that he has to be sure that he doesn't have a diminished capacity where any changes that are made can be challenged if it wasn't already something in the works. So I'm just, I don't know. I'm going to have to dig about this lady.
You're going to have to think about her. And you know what? I think he's already at the point where they can't just change anything. But we're just saying that wife better do right by Demi Moore and up the ante when whatever that will says, you give her half. Kat, you know what? You ain't got to do that now. But you're right. Run down the courthouse and talk.
Hey, Kat, maybe we can get them children from the Groaning Gospel to sing at the
at the courthouse steps. Yeah, I cannot right now. Juanita, what are your thoughts?
This screams gold digger, gold digger, gold digger. And plus, it's just sad. These older men thinking they got something and they want something hanging on their shoulder like a trophy. But then when it boils down to it, they don't care nothing about them, only the money. Demi's standing by him, and who knows, maybe when she first went in, maybe he was competent enough to change the wheel. Who knows? So girlfriend might just be out.
No, I think now, best IBK, you are right. When I say new wife, I mean new outside of Demi Moore, right? I mean, that's what I mean.
I know.
Not new. I was talking about best IBK. I don't mean like new, like as in they newly got married, because they have 2 children together also. They both are girls. No, my problem with her is, and that's why I'm just saying like the new wife and outside of Demi Moore. My problem with her is that you was celebrating the red carpets and all that. Now you want to talk about how it's hard being a caregiver. Well, you're 20 years his junior, or however you say that.
But you know what, Diva?
What did you think, Boo? What did you think? Go ahead, Juanita. I'm sorry.
That should scream desertment. She deserted him. And Demi had to come in and take. So that should count for something.
That's a good one, Juanita.
Yeah, it counts for a lot. And that's why we're calling for, on this channel right here, we're calling for Demi Moore to get what's due to her.
That's right.
Point blank in the period.
She, as Ayana say, she did the work.
She did the work. Come on now, Juanita. She did the work. The divorce was never bitter, and they remained great friends. He was always with her and Ashley. He most certainly was, Shan. 100%. They were always close, and that's what I like about him. But and I don't. My question is not how they remain close friends and how good of friends they are. My issue is, as the wife, I can be good friends with my husband's ex, whatever the case may be. But if my husband is going down to Idaho and I'm supposed to meet him, and I had the medical emergency, when the medical emergency is done, I'm headed to where my husband is at.
Right.
I'm not going to leave all the care, especially knowing the condition he is in, on his ex-wife. And now they down there taking family pictures with the matching pajamas. No, I'm gonna be in those pictures too. I'm sorry. It don't look good to me. The ops is not looking right. No, but you know what? She needed a break because yes, being a caregiver is hard. So she needed a break, and she figured, you know what? Let him go down there. I was going to say, and I don't mean this to be funny. He could be very confused because your mind is all over the place when you're dealing with that, and your memories go back and forth as to what you remember.
Right.
And so this could be a little confusing to him, thinking like, okay, he could be thinking right now that Demi Moore is his current wife.
Right.
And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being very serious because the memory bounces back and forth.
Right. They don't remember some of the future things. They remember past more than they do the future.
100%. 100%. So my thing is, though, girl, get down there. Stand by your man. Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I'm going to say this. Number one, she's not that pretty young thing that y'all think she is. She really isn't that younger than him. She really is not.
What's her age, Sebastian?
She's only 40. She's 44. She's not that young.
He's 60 what?
8.
That's what? It's about 20
Yeah, that's not big of an age gap like that.
What's the big age gap for you?
Yeah, 30 years, 40 years. But go ahead, Sebastian.
That's not that big of an age gap.
Okay. Well, it's big for her because she's not standing by her man.
Well,
go ahead, Sebastian.
I'm gonna say this. Culturally, I know I'm gonna get dragged. Okay.
You live to get dragged.
Don't Robin.
If you have kids with the person and everything, you might divorce. In my culture, you still have to like take care of that person culturally. Even if they're already married to someone else, it's just like you're indebted to them culturally. But this is not the same situation as in this place. So she should be taking care of her man. But we don't know what Demi had done. Demi may have rekindled something with him. Maybe he is young. Maybe he's forgetting certain things. Maybe he doesn't even remember that that he has a whole nother wife. People are not real. We have to acknowledge that as well. I personally, I don't like people who gold dig. I really don't. I never did. I don't like any aspect of gold digging, alimony, and all those other things. I don't like it at all.
Now, Sebastian, you're not going to shake this train on no Saturday.
I said what I said, and I don't like any aspect of gold digging, and I consider alimony as sometimes an aspect of it.
What?
She needs to make sure that Demi is well off after, if he does pass. We never know, because sometimes people pass before the person who's supposed to pass. We don't know what's going to happen. But she needs to make sure that Demi's well off, because this is not okay. This is not okay at all. This is not okay. But I know people are saying, "Oh, yes, it's a huge age gap. It's a huge age gap." Trust me, there have been age gaps that are way worse.
2 decades is a big age gap.
Are we forgetting about Cher, who's almost a whole half
I'm not getting into Cher right now because I'm not about to shake this train with Cher. I'm about to go over to E. But hold on, Rebels. You know what? She said, I have a daughter with autism and I'm her main caregiver. It is a task of 24/7, but she is my world. I wouldn't have it any other way. And you know what? God bless you. And so most spouses, I get they may need some help, but like you, they wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. So E, what are your thoughts?
So when it comes to age differences, I love how some of us try to excuse or minimize the gaps in these age differences by comparing them to other people who have done it as well. Just bringing up somebody else has done it, that doesn't make it right. That just means that bad behavior is normalized. But I love you, Sebastian, like a baby brother. You must know that. But anyways, Um, and also these men, Sebastian, you said this, in the culture, the men, after something goes wrong, even after divorce, you have to take care of your man and this and the third. These men
I
don't
said not in
belong
this
to nobody.
case. I said not in this
Um,
case.
and that's my culture. That's how I feel about it. I'm going to say it again. These men don't belong to nobody unless the man has been monogamous and has been emotionally available to his wife and kids and has provided for them financially and protected them. Then okay, he deserves to be taken care of. Listen, I love your. Listen, I will be. What does Destiny Shop cater to you? I will cater to you in that regard. That is reasonable to me. But in regards to this Bruce Willis, I hope they don't have a prenup, and I hope the new wife gets everything. They don't need to change the will. The current wife should get everything. Like my nana says, when you make your bed, you lay in it. Leave your assets to your current wife as the law is written. That's the way it's intended to be. They say Demi did all the work. Well, if Demi did the work out of the kindness of her own heart, what are we talking about here? Nobody asked Demi to do that. And why would Emma need to come down to Idaho to come take family pictures in pajamas? It's his family, not hers. And after this marriage is over, Emma is going to go and start a new family, okay, to do all of these traditional and public displays of affection with. Don't no young woman want to play mammy to your grown kids and do Easter dinner with you and your ex-wife. That's too much drama. And in your 20s and 30s, and sometimes in your 40s, depending on how much older your husband is, nobody wants to be really changing depends and micromanaging a grown behind granddaddy who you're not blood related to. Forget about it. And if Demi wants to do it, that's goodies. But the current wife needs to get her cut of the life insurance and all of the current assets. I don't care what else they do. And I would not have sympathy for old men who prey on young women who later have buyer's remorse. I won't. And Roy, yeah, don't even go there with me. Diva, when you said men love PYTs, no, that's not what it is. Men love dummies. This is a fact. Diva, I'll send you a picture I just took yesterday for work. I was doing a PowerPoint presentation, and people say I look like I am in my 20s. Forget this avatar on your screen right now. I am 30, and men of all ages approach me. And I say that to say I look young, but when I open my mouth, you can tell I have some sense. A lot of men do not like women who have sense if they are looking for a submissive partner. And if you want a case study, let me take you on a journey. Portia, Hosea Williams, Stuart McKinley, Gubadia. How many times has Portia played blonde and misinformed and bamboozled her way into being a fan favorite? The men can't get enough of her. This is game because they believe she is ditzy. They are more apt to letting their guard down around her and giving her what she wants. Same thing with Emma and Bruce. I stand by that. Choo choo.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. E, are you telling us that now it's okay for people to take advantage of people to get what they want and then just walk out of the marriage? So now it's just okay just to walk down the aisle with any your body and get married just to get what we want, to then when they start failing in life, walk away from them and leave them destitute and broke?
Well, since you put it like that, Roy, here, I'm going to tell Bruce the same thing that black men tell black women. You should pick better. Pick better.
Well, Shirley, thank you for the update here. She said Bruce is worth 250 million and Demi is worth 200 million. Listen, I don't care if Demi Moore, but I appreciate the information because that's good to know. I don't care if Demi Moore is worth $1 billion. What she is doing for Bruce Willis right now is you can't even put a price tag on that thing. But I'm saying, knowing that Emma is I don't want to be mean because then people gonna be like, you don't care about caregivers. I do, but Emma is not doing her part right now. She's not doing her part right now. So when this 250 million gets split between all the kids he have and her, I'm going to need her to cut a special check for Demi Moore for being there for her husband all of this time. I need her to cut the check. That's it.
Right.
Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
Oh,
Hey,
hey, baby. I didn't even know you were
hey,
here.
everyone. Well, first of all, E, I love you, but Portia is very smart. Okay,
Oh
But
God.
anyway, going back to the
I
topic.
agree. I agree with you. She's smart.
Yeah, because she married a really rich
Crayon.
man. But anyway, as far as this topic, I think you guys are being a little bit too harsh on Emma because
Mm.
I don't think we know for a fact that she's unwilling to provide for him. I think Demi is doing it because she was married to him for 13 years
Exactly.
and she's always going to have to care for him, not because she was married to him, but
Thank
because
you.
they have children, and that's a tie that's going to keep them together for 100,000 years as long as they're
Thank
alive.
you.
So she, I don't think it's like so out of this world that Demi's stepping in to do it. And we don't know that she's doing it because Emma's unwilling to. Maybe Demi's stepping on her toes. We don't know. We don't know the entire
Come
situation.
on, Roya. Shake the train. Shake the
um
train.
I
Go ahead,
Another thing.
Emmanuel.
I'm
No, go ahead,
also
Emmanuel.
Yeah, I'm also against this idea that because you marry someone young, they're going to leave away when things get difficult because a person your age can just equally be at, like also leave you when you are like at your worst. I don't think it's a younger person thing. So I don't know. I think we might be a little I don't know.
Hard.
We might be a little bit wrong about this situation.
All right, Emmanuel, I got something to say. Hold on one second. Tracy, thank you for the super chat. I don't believe Demi is providing personal care for Bruce. You know they have nurses and caregivers. I'm going by the source. The source says she is by his side 24/7. If you are a wife and I'm the ex-wife knocking on your door saying, I heard my ex-husband is sick, let me in because I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to tell you, that's my man now. We good. You ain't coming in my house. Now, if you want to stop by when I throw his birthday party next week, you can come and then you going to go home after we sing happy birthday. But I don't need you here leading him to the bathroom, taking him down memory lane to help him keep his memory intact. I'm good. So she's okay. This wife is okay with everything Demi Moore is doing. If she wasn't, when they all was supposed to go down for the pandemic to the house in Idaho, she would have found her way there. But instead, she found an excuse to stay home. Now,
She wasn't.
nobody was on a ventilator. Nobody broke 7 legs and 13 arms. Okay, it was
Emma
fine.
wasn't in Idaho. She wasn't in Idaho.
No, she was not. No, she was not. The whole pandemic, and y'all know the pandemic was on. We was on lockdown for a minute. Bruce was down there with Demi Moore and those set of kids in the dog, taking pictures, eating popcorn, watching Netflix. And Demi Moore was there making sure he didn't go outside out the door and get lost. So y'all hold tight with this Emma. No, Emma needs to step up her game.
Okay,
Okay?
And
okay,
then you wouldn't
but
have to come in and do anything if Emma was doing what she was supposed to do. There would be nothing for Demi to come in and do.
Holla.
but here's the thing: if
Yeah.
Emma is being offered this help by Demi Moore, should she not accept it?
No, she shouldn't because you're my
Why?
wife.
But the thing
You're
is,
my wife. What do you mean? Why? You're my wife. And when
I
we went
disagree.
out,
I
It's not
disagree.
you
that.
I
said that
disagree.
you would take care of me in sickness and
And
in
in
health.
health.
Now, getting help, there is
I don't
one
know. We
thing.
ain't hear their vows.
There is one thing with getting help. But when you got somebody else completely doing the job and you're not there, no, no, no,
I disagree.
no.
I'm
So,
gonna explain.
so why do y'all think people get married then?
Listen, personally, I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, she is not, as E did say, she's not entitled to take care of him. She should be, but she's not entitled to. She should be taking care of him. Absolutely. But Emmanuel is right when he said that. When you have kids with somebody, you create a bond with them that you're practically tied to them for the rest of your life.
No. Why the kids
And
don't take care of them?
yeah, exactly. The kids could take care of him. But why does Emma have to be there when he's with his other kids, his older kids?
Come on.
And
That's right.
Mm.
Why? Why?
Because
Yeah.
she's
That's
the
Sebastian,
wife.
responsibility.
I
She's
Sebastian,
the
have a
wife.
That's
It's
thought.
her duty.
no,
responsibility.
hold on one second. Sebastian, take that piece of the story and trash it, and I'm gonna tell you why. The
Ooh.
plan was for
Mm.
all of them to go down to Idaho together. She couldn't wait until they left their house, and then all of a sudden they had a park. They're on acres of land. I promise you that. So she took them off of that acres of land during the pandemic. Does that make sense to you? When you gotta
Mm-mm.
wear masks and everything during the pandemic, she don't send them out to the acres of land on her backyard. She takes them to a park, and then there's a medical emergency, and now she can't go because she had to go to a doctor. So the doctor had time to care for that pinch on her toe when they had thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that couldn't breathe and not enough PEE equipment and ventilators, and they took her in the hospital. When you had minor stuff during the pandemic, they told you better stay home and figure out how to fix it yourself.
Exactly.
Well, this is different.
Get you
This is
some
different.
neosporin and wrap up her foot, and don't come here unless her toe fell off.
This is different though because little pricks and stuff. You never know. What if the needle was dirty? What if it had HIV
Tetanus
or other
shot.
like?
Listen, I was a
Listen, you need
caregiver. I was a caregiver for my mother, without exaggeration, for 24/7. I don't even know how many years at this point, because I have this mental block that I just can't remember, don't want to remember certain things. And it's a hell of a job. Trust me when I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone who is that lady didn't give a damn, because I'm gonna tell you this. If you don't love somebody, if you do love someone, you want to be there with them and
Yes.
for them. And I
Yes.
tell you, I didn't have a nurse. I didn't have an aide. My mother was a bilateral double amputee. I
Mm.
did everything. Trust. If somebody would come in, that would have been nice. But guess what? I was always at the ready. There was this one lady who I used to get to go so I could go to my sorority meetings. But she freaked me out because I didn't think that she could do the job as well as I could. This
Yep.
lady don't care. She's just waiting to get paid.
That
She don't
part.
care.
That
And
part.
she's 44 years old. He's
Yep.
68.
Yep.
Please, no. Mm-mm.
That part. What best IBK, you know what? You just brought the whole thing home. You are correct. You are correct. The parks was closed during the pandemic because they didn't want nobody outside. Lady Emma, I'm sorry. You seem like a nice person, but I'm not buying this story. That's it. That's all. Anybody else before we pull this train into the next
I
stop?
want to say this. Come
Yeah.
on. We can't okay, we can't make it seem like she had to take care of him. Like, come on, like Demi was his first wife. They have multiple kids together. They have more ties together. She obviously does have a reason to take care of him out of the kindness of her heart. I don't think Emma was asking for it.
So, Sebastian, let's roll with your story for one moment. Then that's all the more reason, if anything ever happens and it's time to read the will,
No.
when Emma gets her money, when Emma gets her money, then she better give Demi Moore half of it.
No, she does not have to give half of her money
I
because she did
think
not
that
come begging.
I think that a very important component to this story that would probably give me more context would be what happened between Demi and and their marriage. Was Emma originally the side piece? So maybe if I knew
Exactly.
that, I could understand a
Exactly.
little bit better.
Exactly,
No, I
Amanda.
don't think I don't think it was anything sinister like that. Because listen, Demi Moore and Bruce Willis probably could have wrote a nice book about co-parenting and how to handle breakups and how to still be friends. They were always friends because, as someone reminded me, when she was with Ashton Kutcher, they will all always hang out together. It was no bad blood, so to speak. So my issue and this, and listen, Emma welcomes Demi Moore in her house like she's a sister. Okay. So it's not that Emma has a problem with Demi Moore being around. I got the problem with Emma because I want Emma to step up the game. My problem with Emma is You was there when your husband was able to still walk you red carpets. You was there when he was still working, making his movies and his money. You was there for the glitz and the glam. And now here he is. He really needs you, and you calling on the ex-wife to do your wifely duties. I don't like it. Now I'm happy for him that he has Demi Moore and he has such good support, but I'm going to need her, Emma, to cut a check to Demi Moore. Forget about the money she has. I need her to still cut a check.
She doesn't have to, because at the end of the day, Demi Moore is tied to Bruce Willis. Okay, at the end of the day, they have kids together. If she wants to take care of him out of the kindness of her heart, that is just a random act of kindness that you do for free. It's called charity.
Oh.
So, Demi, deal with it. You're probably not gonna get anything, and I need Diva to stop acting to be your advocate for you to get a little check for doing your due diligence as a co-parent.
Okay, so then what does this new wife need to check for then? Because she ain't done no due diligence. She was just there for the good days.
Well, listen, I'm gonna say this. She needs a check because she got a child with him. I think so.
So
Um,
wait, hold on, guys, because we got to move on to the next station. But V Saying said that there's a video of Emma crying and speaking on this. She thanks Demi and states the situation is a lot. Like I said, Emma is stressing. Emma is stressing. She needs therapy. I'm not even trying to be funny. She needs therapy because the vow said through sickness and health. So this is the sickness now. I'm gonna need you to go cry in the bathroom, then come out the bathroom, drop your tears, and take care of your husband. That's what I'm
she,
going to need you to do.
okay, yes, she should be taking care of her husband, but I'm just saying, Demi taking care of him is not a bad thing. It's not like she has to get paid for that. She does not have to be
Why
We
does there
got
have
compensated.
to be a butt behind it though?
that
But
part, but
She
anyway,
does not.
we got to move to the
before we
next
move into the
station.
next station, Auntie, there have been some people that have gotten on the train as we were going, and I see that we have about 200 people in the building, but we only got 97 likes. So if you can do Auntie Diva a favor and hit the like button for us as we go into the next station, I think Auntie Diva will be greatly appreciative of that.
Yes, that's your chance, your ticket on this train ride. So make sure you hit that like button. Come on, Kat. She can join the support group.
Did you
Okay,
look at
Emma.
Christopher Adams'
Thank you for
comment?
the tears in the video, Emma. Thank you for thanking Demi Moore. Now we're going to need you to be a big girl because you said I do. We need you to be a big girl. We know it's a lot, but we need you to be a big girl
Thank you,
and
Dina,
take
in the
care of your
chat.
husband. What
Thank
happened?
Dina and
With
Christopher. They have good comments in the chat.
Okay, some people naturally step in as caregivers without the expectation of getting anything in return. You know,
Bingo.
Demi Moore doesn't want anything in return because that's what she loves him. That's her baby. That's the children of the father of her children. So I gotta speak up for Demi Moore, and my speak up is that Emma, I need you to step up. We got to move this train into the next station. I thank y'all for the conversation on this particular topic. We're going to move on because, Nia Long, we talking about relationships, people. This is our relationship trending topics. So Nia Long, her longtime fiance, and that's a whole story in and of itself. Let me just do a quick public service announcement. If you want to get married, and you are dating someone and 365 days go by, and on day number 366 they not talking about marriage to you, if that's what you want, if I were you, I would reconsider the relationship
Mm.
because it doesn't take 10, 5, 15, 20 years for you to jump over the broom. Don't waste your time, okay? So Nia Long was engaged to the father of her youngest child for a long time, over a decade. He's a coach, Ime Udoka, I want to say his name is. I hope
Hmm.
I'm pronouncing it
You
right.
said it correctly.
He's a coach, and listen, his work, he does good work. He's a good coach. He's a good coach. But he was over there at the what was his job that he got fired from?
The Boston
The
Celtics.
Boston Celtics. He was helping himself to other people's wives. Okay? He wasn't keeping his hands to himself. He was engaging in adult activities with other people's wives. The scandal went around the building. The husband and other people warned him and said, stop it. They said, stop it. He couldn't stop it. He kept going, and boom, everything blew up. Nia Long left. He lost his job. And now he got another job. And he said he went to counseling with his son. You know what I like about him? I'm gonna say this. So this is what I like about him. He owns up to his stuff. He's not trying to sweep it under the rug and act like, why me? He owned up to it. And he said, now you know what? He learned from his mistakes. The Celtics had a right to fire him. He did better than Nia Long, because Nia Long wanted to know why they put her business on the street. But at least he got it right. He was like, listen, they did what they did. That's the way they handled it. And it is what it is. But he's going to counseling with his son. He's going to counseling. That was done when they was first together, looking up. Cute couple, but he's a little messy. I hope counseling is helping him. He's a little messy. They cute together. Okay. Then he got fired. I thought there was a little picture near him and his son, but I guess it's in my other one. But pretty much, he's going to counseling with his son after the scandal, and he wants her back. He wants her back. He said he learned. I mean, I don't know if less than 365 days or even 2 years. I don't know. I don't know. But they was cute together. But what are your thoughts? Because he wants her back. And he's going to counsel with his son. And he said, listen, I made a mistake. And listen, all of us, come on now, we're not going to sit here acting like we perfect. All of us have made mistakes. All of us have made mistakes. So are we going for this? Him, is counseling. Took the son to counseling. And he wants his Nia back. I mean, Roya, what are your thoughts?
We are not going for this. Those of us who believe in God and we read our word, it talks about the warning before destruction.
Oh, shit.
And so this gentleman, he received the warning several times.
He did.
And he continued with the actions that he chose to continue with.
He did.
And so when the destruction came, you just kind of like frantic, as if you didn't know, like this was such a shock, like you didn't know she was married, like the people didn't tell you this wasn't gonna come out. And then on top of that, you knew it was gonna come out.
Yeah,
and you didn't even tell Nia.
Oh my.
Nia had to find out like everybody else.
Good gosh.
So why should she have any grace in her heart? When you had no grace for her heart.
Good gosh.
You didn't protect her heart from being shattered. Because even if you was gonna cheat and you knew it was coming out, the least you could have did was protect her and told her before it hit the airwaves. But no, you let her heart get shattered into a million pieces in front of the world. And then she had to pick up her life. Because let's not forget, she moved to Phoenix. She was out there.
You mean Boston?
Yes, sorry, thank you. Boston. She moved. She picked up her life, picked up her baby, and went out there to make this work. And you played her in her face.
Played her.
No, sorry, sir. Sometimes you got to learn a lesson. And this is a lesson to be learned. Sometimes you just mess up and you don't get back what you want.
What you lost.
Martell.
Oh, darn. So it's a no for you. No. Ooh, okay. Robin, what are your thoughts? He's in counseling. He learned from his mistake. He has a new job now. He's back on track. He's counseling with the son. He knows that he messed up. Are we giving him grace? Should Nia Long take him back?
Nia Long should do whatever she wants to do. If she wants him back, if she can forgive him, if she can put it behind her, if they want to be a family unit, I'm for it. I will not judge her for her choice, because you know what? In the end, there is who you love is who you love, and you can't stop it. And so if she can live with whatever choices she makes, she can live with, I'm good, because guess what? what she eat don't make me fat.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Robin. So I'll say this with me, but this is me. I'm not saying anybody should go by diva rules. But you know what I found? That it takes a lot for a zebra to change its stripes. And when they show you who you are, you better believe it. And I have been in love, and sometimes I had to sit in my bed and pray to God, help me fall out of love. Because that person is just a dirty dog. And you gotta help me, God. But that's just me. That don't mean I'm right. Now, Emmanuel, what are your thoughts? He said he's in counseling. He wants his Nia back. He got a job. He can feed and provide for the family. What are your thoughts, Emmanuel?
I think, well, first of all, I think they should have never fired him for what he did. I don't think that was a good enough reason to fire him. But as far as no, dude, because like every one of them does things that they're not supposed to. But if they started firing everyone, there'd be no one on these teams. But
Ooh.
that's not the topic. The topic is the relationship. I believe that she should 100% give him a chance and
Mm,
accept him. And
mm,
okay, so here's a few of the reasons why. First,
mm,
let's go to like the basis of the relationship. I
mm.
think I think it's a problem to be engaged for so long. Um,
Yes, it is.
I
That was
think
his choice,
I
though.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead,
well,
Emmanuel. Go ahead.
I
Expect the
personally think that once you put that ring on the finger and you're engaged, I don't think you should go any more than 3 years. I think
That's
three
a lot.
years, 3 to 5. Yeah, I don't think any more than that is
Three to
okay.
five.
No, three. Well,
Woo!
whatever. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I know what he did was wrong, but they
Mm-hmm.
weren't married,
ooh,
so he didn't
True.
make that covenant under God to
and the
they
law.
they weren't. Yeah, this wasn't a
Woo,
legal
child.
con. I mean, is it true, y'all? He wasn't married to her, and I feel like if he was married, maybe I would have a different perspective. But they weren't married, so even though that doesn't justify what he did, I don't think it's that severe because they hadn't made that commitment yet. Now, as far as him going back to her, Royer, I also, believe in the scripture, and I think that one of the first processes of like washing away your mistakes is being able to recognize what you did and try to be better. And I do think that by going to counseling and saying that he wants to make it better is a very good first step. I do think he's going to have to show more actions.
Mm,
And if she is willing to forgive him, I think that she should open herself up to that possibility because going back to the kid thing, they do have a kid. So I feel like it's that child's best interest for there to be a family unit between them. I really think that'd be beneficial. And she should, I do believe in forgiveness, turning the other cheek. So that's my opinion.
You know what, Emmanuel? I appreciate you. Let me
I
just
love
say
to go
this.
next.
You are going next, but hold on, Sebastian. I want to just say this. Once you ask me to marry you, that is a commitment. So although we didn't, get the marriage certificate yet, and say I do to each other, you did become committed to me by putting that ring on my finger and asking me to be your wife. And again, just like I don't believe that there should be these 10 and 15-year relationships, I don't believe that there should be these 2 and 3 year engagements. Forget the party. Go to the courthouse, say I do, and carry on with life. But that's just me. I don't know why, if you know you want to marry somebody and you get the ring and you want to have a marry, you want to actually get married, then 365 days top after you put the ring on the person. In case you got to do some planning, get a dress, get a venue or whatever. But once you go to the 2 year mark, things are going to be, then it'll be 3, then it'll be 4, then it'll be 5. Then you'll be talking about, I don't know when we getting married. It's a
Okay,
matter.
Diva, but why? So then, why didn't Nia be like, wait a minute, I'm sitting around here waiting for this wedding. Why didn't she, take some action into it? Maybe she should have been
Damn.
like, hey, we're doing this. And if you put a ring on it, we're going to go through with it or not. See you later. I'm going somewhere else where I'm going to get married.
I believe, I'm not saying I'm right. I believe that his infidelity didn't start when he got busted.
That part.
I believe that she knew before she packed her bags and moved out to where he was that he was doing what he does.
The streets was talking.
The streets were talking. And when the street talks, eventually the chatter comes back to you. Okay. Now, whether you're emotionally ready to deal with it or not is a whole nother thing. But I'm standing 10 toes down that the information was in the streets and she heard about the information. Now, what she did about the information and when she got it, that's on her. But I believe she knew. I believe that she was dealing with it. And I believe, since you want to bring this up, Roya, similar to Melanie and Martell, because it was public, she felt like she had to make a certain decision, and that's why she made the decision that she made. Just like because Melanie was public, her situation, because she knew about Martell cheating before they came on Love and Marriage Huntsville. But when they got public and it was for public consumption and for the people to judge, that's why she made the decision that she made. But listen, she doesn't stand alone. Wendy Williams, she knew about the mistress for decades. But once it became obvious, because you can't hide a baby, she was forced into making the decision. If we're going to talk about it, we got to talk about it. But we're going to move on to Sebastian. Sebastian, what is your thoughts on this situation?
My thoughts are basically Emmanuel said a lot of the things that I believe in. I 100% think that she should probably forgive him and come to a good relationship of co-parenting and seeing him around her again. And if they do decide to get back together, yeah, they should absolutely. But I'm just going to say this. He is right. Emmanuel is right. There were no legal ties. There were no religious
Thank you.
ties. There were nothing there. Just, oh, we share a house together. We share things together. That's the only thing. By law, by law, technically, if he does step out or anything, it's not infidelity. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. It's not infidelity. Um, if he does dabble with other people, it's not cheating because technically you're not his and he's not yours. Like it or not.
Y'all stop
She
raising
didn't
Diva's
she
blood pressure,
she,
please.
she didn't want to get married to him. That's what we've been hearing these. She never wanted to get married. Well, you never wanted to get married. Well, expect what could happen.
Yeah, that's interesting too. If she really didn't want to get married, that's definitely
If you
interesting.
never wanted to get married, you should have never been crying when he did do something with someone else. You
Mm.
should have never been having the whole public liking and posting and all these things about protect strong black women, protect black women. You should have never had that. You should have never
Oh,
had
wow.
that. You you never wanted to get married. You never wanted to get married or anything. So technically, he was not yours. He was the streets.
Mm,
All
Okay.
y'all
mm,
shared was just the bed. That's it.
mm,
Woo! Woo!
mm.
E, what are your thoughts? But because the train is shaking, what are your thoughts, E?
First of
You get
all,
ready to take it off the
people,
rails.
first of all, some people resort to saying these excuses. Oh, I never wanted to get married because they realize they're caught in a situation like the Matrix, and it's hard to get out of. And they're coming to the realization that this is probably not going to happen. And some people say that to save face. It does not mean that she did not want to get married anymore. She probably knew something was going on behind the scenes. Like Diva said, it probably wasn't the first time, and she probably caught wind of it because there are some messy groupies out there that will send you videos to your DM that will tell you they were with your man last night, that will send you pictures of the man sleeping. I don't believe that Nia was not knowing, but that's twofold. But again, I love how you two, and I still love you both dearly. Sebastian, you're like a baby brother to me, and Emmanuel, I adore you. But I love how all of his bad behavior now somehow becomes Nia's fault. And
Come
well, Nia
on.
should have done this and Nia should have done that. No, what about what about what his black self should have done?
Come on, E. Come on.
Emmanuel and Sebastian, y'all got to go on. Because if those two were married, he still would have cheated. That
That's
marriage
called cheating.
certificate means nothing.
Right.
Married men cheat every day. We're getting ready to talk about another one in the next segment.
Well, that is cheating. When you cheat, when you're married and you do step out on the relationship, that is cheating.
Excuse me?
When you're married and you do step out of a relationship, that is called infidelity. In some countries, that
Right.
is a
That's
crime. But if you are
yeah.
just engaged or you're just dating, that's not cheating. That's just
So
doing.
when Sebastian,
Yeah,
when
that's
you
a
and
different
Emmanuel get
conversation.
engaged, when y'all get engaged and your girlfriends cheat on y'all just gonna let them, you're still gonna walk down the aisle with them?
Well, personally, I'm not gonna wait 7 years to get married after being
That's not
married.
what I
Oh,
asked you. That's not what I asked you.
oh.
I said, when you
Three
get
months top.
engaged, when you get
Who cares
engaged,
about the
and
money?
your wife, or while you're dating, excuse me, you're dating. This is the girl that you want to marry, and she cheats on you. You still walking down the aisle with
Well,
her?
I
Well,
wouldn't get engaged to a girl who I knew would
well,
cheat on
for
me
cheat
or
on
I would
me,
suspect
exactly.
it.
Listen, I don't want to
Oh
let
my
me get past.
God.
I would know. I
Okay.
am going to
Let,
think very carefully before I
Security,
pop that question.
security.
That's
We
not
have
called
two
not
Security.
getting
passengers
high.
on the train who
That's
need to
called
be
not getting
removed.
high
Exactly.
value men or women. That's called not getting high value
No,
men
no,
or
no.
women.
Oh,
If you
now
know
you
that
looking
your
Exactly.
for
man or
high
woman could cheat
value?
on you,
Finish your words. Finish your
yeah,
words, E.
yeah, because they're living in la la land.
They
They
are
are.
hold on. They
Um,
are living in La La Land. I'm gonna let you finish. They're living in La La Land, and I want somebody to swing the magic wand over my next man to make sure that they won't cheat. How do you say you're gonna get with somebody that won't cheat? You don't know till they do cheat.
yes, you do. I
No,
know.
you know, Diva, you know
Yeah,
the
you know.
person,
so
You
you know their
No,
know.
you don't.
values, their
No,
You
you
know
don't.
their
beliefs.
Yeah, no, you
values.
don't.
Their
Yeah,
No, you
their
values.
don't.
moral
No,
You know.
okay,
compass.
well,
Stop it.
You know.
hold on. Y'all can detect who's gonna cheat and not cheat. Y'all
Yes.
two should open a dating agency and help the whole world out because I
We don't
promise
need no
y'all,
more lies out
y'all
here in
would
America. We
no,
don't need no more
We
lies out
probably
here in
should.
but
America.
you
So
know
don't.
what? Y'all will make millions of dollars because y'all can detect a cheater from a non-cheater. God bless you. Hold on one second. E, finish your words because they shaking the train.
so Emmanuel said that they need to stay together for the kid. No, we talked about this previously. Parents who do not get along, remaining in the same household is not in the best interest of a child. Furthermore, a bigger commitment than marriage is a living baby. People keep saying, well, they weren't married. Something better. You have a growing, hungry, talking, and needy human being with eyes like yours that requires your attention, your money, and your physical presence. That is a voluntary obligation that you committed yourself to when you engaged in having intercourse. Yes, a marriage license will be great, but also we have a birth certificate. That is important as well. And you can be held legally responsible for that. So don't tell me there's no commitment between them because there is paperwork. And so this is just as important, if not more, if you ask me. And we need to stop saying Nia and this derelict of a man were engaged. They were not engaged. He put a ring on her finger as a symbolic gesture, liking to handcuffs, if you will. That ring was meant to claim ownership and to claim this woman. Plus, he burdened her with the baby, knowing he wasn't interested. He wasted that woman's time, is what he did, and he should be going to
She
counseling.
wasted her time.
He should
Then why did
he
she
should
accept
be
the
going to
handcuffs?
counseling because he needs to explain to his son why they don't live in the same house anymore and why he failed him as a father
Oh
and
no,
brought,
he did not fail his son. No.
excuse me, and why he brought public shame to his family. He needs to explain that to his son, not Nia. And positively, no, you don't get second chances with me for going to counseling for this nonsense. Him going to counseling is equivalent to the man we just talked about last week on the airplane and the Vaseline, claiming mental illness once he got caught. This counseling, you're a day late and $1 short for me. And Nia should not spin the block. Lastly, I'm going to end with this because I know I'm long-winded. Society always emphasizes or not emphasizes, what's the word I'm looking for? Empathizes with raggedy men, black and white alike, no matter what color you are, because this is a man's world and it's sickening. We praise women for taking the high road each and every day, but pacify and empathize with men who take the low one. Make it make sense. This is an epidemic in our community, and we need to take our blinders off. Black men do not like or praise great black men. That is not the norm. And if you don't believe me, go up to a group of black men in the mall and ask them what they think about Russell Wilson, or ask them what they think about Will Smith, and watch how they will stress themselves out trying to find a reason to downplay what those black men represent in their careers and their community based upon how they feel about their wives. That is what I'm trying to tell you. They'll say things like no man is perfect, similar to what Sebastian and Emmanuel are saying. No man is perfect, and you don't know what goes on behind
I
closed
never
doors.
said that. I never said
Oh,
that.
It
it's
got right.
almost like into
It
it.
got
It's
right. That's
almost.
what you say.
And
I
and
never said
and
that.
I want to know. I want to know this. How come other men don't come out and bash these men like the man we're talking about, or like a Future and Nick Cannon, the same way you scold the women because you say we should have picked better. We should have picked better men as mates, and that we shouldn't have waited so long, and that we should have pushed for marriage, as to imply there are much better choices out there. But if every woman really waited to choose better, then a lot of these men out here would be living in a homeless shelter right now, surviving off Taco Bell and some Vaseline to keep them warm at night. If you really want to talk about it, if we choose better, then a lot of you wouldn't be here. Do you get what
I
I'm
know
saying?
that's right.
The thing is, E, you're not getting the
No,
point. You're not
You're
getting the
getting
point
the
at
point.
Hold
that would
all.
on.
You're not
incentivize
I
getting
them
the
to
got,
point.
hold
become
on,
better.
Sebastian, because I got others to go through. E, did you finish your final word?
I'll just conclude with this because I can picture the replay game right now. I can picture somebody now saying, "Well, I've been married for 17 years and I've been this, that, and the third." Listen, I'm not saying this about all men, but it's enough of these it's enough of these type of men out here that I'm talking about. It's enough bad men to where it's so overwhelming that as black women, we cannot afford to self sabotage our if we aspire to partnership in that way. We cannot afford to say, well, I only date black men, or I only date men from America, or I only date. We have to leave our options open, because what is going on is normal. And if you know any men who talk like Emmanuel and Sebastian, please do yourself a favor. Do not go to them for relationship advice, because
That's why
they
I'm
will
not
be.
going to be with an
Run,
American. This is exactly why I'm
run.
not going to be with an American. This is
Okay.
exactly why I'm
Oh
not
my
marrying
God. Okay,
American.
Pass
hold
it to
on,
someone
hold
else.
on.
Pass it to someone else.
Why?
I'm finished.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
finished.
Thank you, E. Shan, what are your thoughts?
Hey everybody, choo
Hey.
choo.
Asian.
Hey,
Hey,
Choo.
Shan. I
It's
love
a
you, Shan.
Saturday train ride. You know what? I think so. Your question is, should Nia give him another chance? Because I
Yeah,
came in late.
because he's going to counseling. He's counseling with his son. He got another job. He's employed again. And he said he owns up to his mistakes. He gets it.
Everybody going to counseling. Boo hoo hoo. We don't care. Listen, I think Nia should leave him in the trash because he's garbage. She's beautiful. She has a lot going for herself. She does not need that man. I agree with what E was saying. Preach. And listen, I don't believe the whole thing. Oh, we weren't married, so we're not committed. The moment you ask me to be your girlfriend, it's a commitment. Okay?
Not by law.
I don't give a damn. It's a commitment
Not
by
by
God.
God.
My
No,
boyfriend
not by
already
God.
knows
Don't you dare bring God in
that we
this.
are in a
God,
committed
Let her talk.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so, did he get fired because he cheated? Is that why he got fired?
Well,
Okay, so I agree with.
not just say he cheated. If it was two single people in the job getting it in, I think it would have been fine. He was with a married female.
She worked there too.
She worked there too, but she was not the only one. So he
Oh,
was flinging his
messy on
pig
the job.
around the office. He was making his rounds. Yes.
Okay, he should get fired. I thought he got fired because I was gonna agree with Emmanuel when he said he shouldn't get fired for cheating, because what you do in your personal life shouldn't affect your job life, because we're all different. But if he was, slinging his wiener in the office, then yes, he deserves it. And we got to remember, Sebastian and Emmanuel are like 15. So they just be
that's
saying
messed.
stuff,
I mean, Shan, that's messed up. Shan, that's wrong. That's wrong, Shan. That's wrong.
So
That is absolutely
I love
Annie's
y'all
just a
though.
little
Y'all
bit
make me
older than
laugh.
me,
I
too.
look forward to you guys' commentary because I be dying. Like,
Oh God. Leo, what are your thoughts on this situation?
I am cracking up, boy. I am screaming. Okay, so anyway, I do feel like Nia should just let that ship sail on. What happened has happened. He publicly embarrassed her. She is a woman, and I feel this way strongly. She's a woman who really opened doors for other young brown women in the actors sphere in that particular profession. She came up, she got her own coin, and she probably got her a cute little coin, and it's probably in the vein of she probably did know, Diva, that this dude is not doing the things that he says he's doing. He probably is around that sling. She probably did know. But until it became public, that's when she had to face it. So I don't think she's going back to him because she has no reason to. She already done took the big leap. She moved. She's already back in LA. She's got her kid with her. I think she probably stayed with him too long for the wrong reasons. But we have all been, accused of doing that or have lived that life with people before. So I don't think that's one way or the other. But she takes me in the mind of Oprah. Y'all remember Oprah never married Stedman. And it was because once you get married, things change. She has her own, Nia got her own little cute coin. Oprah had her millions and millions of dollars. And she knew her relationship with Stedman, who did not have the same acclaim and money that she had. If she was to marry him, their relationship would change. And not only that, marriage is a contract. It is also a legally binding contract. And if the relationship don't work out, no matter what the terms of the prenup may be, that person still, depending on how long y'all are together, may want some money.
Yeah, facts.
And who want their money that they work hard for to go to the other woman that they marry next? Talk about it.
Can I just say one more thing?
Of course.
Sorry to cut you off. Just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying they could detect who could cheat. Listen, pastor cheat, your teacher cheat, the professor, I don't know, the
No
reverend.
one's gonna cheat on me. I'm just sorry.
That's not
one's
the
gonna
point,
cheat on
Shan.
you. Okay.
What I
Beyonce.
When I said I wouldn't propose to a girl who I knew would cheat on me, what I'm trying to say is that when you are like going to commit to someone like at such a big level, you need to know their core values, their beliefs, their moral compass. You really need to know them. That's why I would know if my girlfriend would do that, because I wouldn't ask any girl to marry me.
Right.
And oh my God. I'm gonna come back to you. Like, you know what? Y'all both are young. And let me say this to you. You think that the rest of us walking out here are saying, oh, I know he's a cheater, but I'ma still be with him anyway. These people are wolves in sheep's clothing. They tell you what they want you to hear. They pretend, they lie, they sneak, they cheat. And then you don't know and find out until you know and you find out. I don't see anybody on purpose walking into a situation knowing that the person is going to blow your heart up into pieces. Who does that?
Well, that's the thing. This is why I'm going to say this. Religiously.
Broken, though. People are broken. People are broken human beings a lot of time walk around here. People that you know and trust will cheat on you because of something that you don't even know anything about that's going on with them. The person that you marry in 1990 is not the same person in 2020 or 2023.
But what she's saying
is, hold on, guys. Adele, you're in the building. What are your thoughts on this conversation?
I can't hear
her. You're on mute.
Oh, she's on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Adele.
Well, when it comes to talking about whether she should give him a chance or not, like, I'm big on redemption stories, but I'm also big on whether the person is able to step up for that redemption. Because if you're just going to give the person a chance to give them a chance and they haven't changed, what's the chance for? What are you trying to accomplish? So for me, I look at this. This is we're talking about one couple, but we're talking about a culture here and the identity of Black men. And the facts of the matter is, Black men are a lot of the time down for the count for so many reasons. And I'm not saying that as something mean. I'm saying it because a lot of people cheat because they get something from it that makes them feel like the man. It's not about cheating or because I don't love the woman I'm with or I don't love my family. It's like I don't know who I am. It makes me feel better. And sometimes I tend to look at a Beyonce situation, not because she's popular and people love Beyonce for so many reasons. I look at it because of the album she made and how much she said in that album. She spoke about things that, if you really look at it, she brought his grandmother into his face basically and said, "Your grandmother had so many situations that she had to take the dirt and make lemonade out of it. And I'm bringing it to you." There's a part of it where she says, "God you better remind him what his purpose is. And if you don't step up, you're going to lose your wife." Like, I'm not here for you to step on. I may give you a chance, but if you don't step up, you're going to lose the best thing that ever happened to
You
you
better
in your
talk.
life. Step
Better tell
up.
us the word.
Because the truth of the matter is, like I believe, like, a lot of these men, they know what they have, but because they don't feel valued within themselves, they don't feel that they deserve it, so they sabotage themselves. I think that's what is happening to a lot of these men. They're literally sabotaging themselves, sabotaging their lives, and they don't know how to hold on to something good. And it's sad to say it that way, but it's the truth. How do you um, tell someone that, who's acting, first of all, to act like, "Oh, I'm the man. I have all these women. I'm doing this." They're not even identifying what the real reason behind the situation is in the first place, right? So there's so much levels and layers of things that has to be dealt with for you to get to the root of all this stuff. For like us to get back to that place where we could have that normalcy of family and building the Black culture and the Black family back together. And I know it's fun. Like right now, I think Sebastian's having fun, just joke. Basically, a lot of what Sebastian's saying, I think he's just trying to be oppositional right now, which
No,
is
I'm
great
not.
in
I'm not.
itself.
I'm
But
really serious on what I'm
no,
saying. I'm 100%
listen,
standing for what I'm
Sebastian, I
saying. I'm
love
not
you.
being joking.
I love you, but honestly, sometimes I think you'll be testing the waters sometimes.
No,
But
this time I'm not. I'm not testing the
no,
waters on
you're
this
not.
time.
Okay, okay. But for real though, honestly, our culture need a deep dive into to kind of getting ourselves to be stronger as individuals first of all. And if we really want to get our Black families to a certain place, there's nothing wrong with being Muslim and marrying multiple wives because that's what you believe in, and there's certain things that goes along with that. And different cultures do different things, but if you're going around trying to get women just to make yourself feel better because you don't feel worth it in the first place, there's something wrong with that. So we have to identify what's really going on here. Is this about an affair? We're talking about a man who asked someone to marry him, and then he doesn't feel well enough to be in that relationship, value her, value himself, to commit to it. He has to go and sleep with someone else who is married, right?
Woo!
To be
Woo!
playing everybody's face around him. Like there's so many things that's involved in this. Like I almost feel like this is a conversation that can go on forever, but you guys know what I'm saying.
I
There's
know
so many.
I'm connecting.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack with that. And I really believe the Black man identity and for them to feel valued and powerful in a situation, because I believe also the Black women have had to stand up so strong to fill some gaps. It's heavy, and it's I don't think necessarily sometimes Black women want to do it, but it's reached a place too that
Did we lose her?
I think we did.
Oh no.
No, she was speaking.
Wait,
She was
are
speaking
you
some things
mute?
I kind of agreed
You're on
with.
mute. You're on mute again. You're on mute again. Come off of mute. All right. I think she's having trouble coming off of
Can
mute.
you unmute her, Auntie? Because she may be frozen too.
Okay, let me see. It won't let me unmute her.
You
Oh.
know, I thought Adele was going to derail the train, but those were facts.
She's speaking facts. She's speaking facts. Okay.
I'd like to
Adele,
speak
go
after
out
her.
and try to come back in.
Yeah, go
Adele,
out and come back in, Adele, because we need to hear your words. You spoke a word, honey.
I would
Amen.
like to speak. I would
Amen.
like
Let
to
the
speak.
church say amen and pass the
Amen. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Well,
mic.
wait just a moment, because we need to be clear. But we need to be clear that we are not. See, there we go again, sympathizing with the people who have done harm to us and saying, well, oh no, they don't feel valued and this, that, and the third. Do you know how many women battle with self-esteem and value? And so when somebody has violated you in that way, we should not be refocusing our attention to say, well, oh, do you feel valued? Do you love yourself? Do you know how valuable I am to you? No. That's not necessary. I get what she's saying, but that can be detrimental to Black women. And we need to be in a position where we put ourselves first, because when he went and he was messing with those people's wives, he was putting himself first. So follow suit, take these capes off. Don't get into these conversations talking about, so do you know your value? His parents are supposed to teach him his value.
Well,
But
I'm gonna say
I don't
this.
think the conversation. I don't think the conversation is about excluding one or the other. It is more about speaking on both sides of the coin. I don't think that women need to be diminished in any way, shape, or form. Do I feel like us as Black women put up with way too much? Absolutely.
Right.
Do I think that men need to be held accountable? Absolutely.
Right.
But I
But
do
see, that's
enjoy hearing the conversation about the other side of the coin.
But see, that's contradictory, because if you're saying to me that Black women put up with too much, then while we're talking about our pain, it's not about looking at both sides of the coin in that particular instance, because it's not about both sides right now. We're talking about this side. And a lot of the instances and patterns that we see in the Black community with Black relationships, it gets overshadowed when it comes to women. We don't get a chance to talk about how we feel and how we have been violated enough, because when we speak out against men, we are pressured to be silent or to dial it back so that we're not seen as bitter. And we get blamed and we become the villains in our own stories of heartbreak. And this happens because we always are pressured. Oh, well, we have to look at their side. We have to see how they've, not in this instance, we do not.
Okay.
I'd like to say
hold
something.
on. Wait, hold on, Sebastian, because Chef Cab, you're in the building. What are your thoughts on this situation?
Hey, Kev.
Hey, I just jumped in, so I don't know. I'm still trying to understand
Can
the
I get
conversation.
some tequila real quick? Thank you.
Okay.
I'm still trying to understand the conversation. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next stop. Y'all have pushed Emmanuel out the building. Okay, he has left the train. He jumped off the train. Okay, all right. So yeah. So now let's carry on. Emmanuel has jumped off. Sebastian, you're hanging in there. I'm proud of you. Okay, you're trying to hang in there. Now let's move to the next stop. The next
remember
stop.
to hit that like button, people.
Yes, hit the
Hit
like
the
button.
like button.
That part right there. Don't be hopping on this train for free. So the next stop, we got to talk Diana Ross and Smokey Robinson. So Smokey is in his 80s. Diana Ross is in her late 70s. You know, he wanted to do an interview, and people were saying to me, well, Diva, Diana spoke about it first. She spoke about it 100 years ago, and he gave high-level details that she didn't give, okay? He wanted to go on an interview recently because he got a project to promote. Okay. He ain't no better than the young kids. He gonna talk about in this interview that him and Diana had an affair. When they had the affair, he was married. Then he wanted to add more details. He said they was in an affair for a whole year. Okay. Whole year. And he said finally Diana came to him and said, listen, I gotta stop this because I know your wife. Now, we didn't need to know all that, Smokey. She's a grandmother now. She's an icon. Okay, she was part of the Supreme. She's Diana Ross. Shut your mouth, Smokey Robinson, and go sit down somewhere, okay? He want to say that, yeah, I was married. She knew my wife, and she knew that I love my wife. So she was like, I can't do this no more. Smokey, did you ever get the memo? Don't kiss and tell. Do we need to resend it? Obviously, we do. We need to resend it. I don't care when and if somebody asks you a question, you decline to answer. You tell them you don't know what they're talking about. Now, I know some people trying to get in the train here. I'm sorry, the train is jam-packed. It's full. Train is full. When we at 10 people, the train is packed. I'm sorry, you won't be able to get in. See, you're trying to get in. So, Smokey, somebody please hit resend on the mass email, because point blank in a period. I don't even care if you're writing a tell-all book. You don't kiss and tell. That's it, and that's all. Roya, what do you think about this situation? Smokey and his big mouth.
Point blank, period. You don't kiss and tell, and this just goes to show, what we're dealing with now, the rest of why our generation now acts the way they do. Because back then, the men were doing the same thing that they still doing today, cheating on their wives, doing what they want to do, and then want to have, the wife waiting at home for them, to accept the apology and move forward. It's a shame. It's sad. Why are we bringing up the past? Why do you have to drag Diana Ross, into your foolishness? Let's stick to the topic that matter. Talk about what's going on and keep it pushing.
Talk about your project that's coming up and shut your mouth. Robin.
Anything for clout.
Yeah, that part. Loose Lip Smokey, what are your thoughts?
Maybe his project right now isn't so big and he's trying to make it juicy by talking about some other stuff to get attention. Now I don't know what it is. I think that, Quincy Jones did that too recently. Is it that they want to tell their story the way they believe or how it actually was? Mm-hmm. Or do they want to do it now and speak for themselves as opposed to having someone else go to Carlos King and get the rights to the story so he can publish it? I'm not sure. I say they should just write a book, tuck it away, and leave it as a legacy so, your family members can get paid off of it moving forward. But, all them folks, they're just messy. And you know what it is, too? I think that they have forgotten, when Smokey and them came up in the business, everybody always did their dirt, but there was a lot of discretion involved. Probably amongst them, but you know what we do now? We have what we used to have is the red table talk. People to put all their business. No one seems to hold anything sacred. Nothing is just for them. And they feel like they have to live their entire lives out loud on the internet and anywhere else, every billboard, every newspaper, out of everybody's mouth. Ridiculous.
Let me tell you this right now. If my name come out your mouth, we gonna have problems. Okay? If I got an ex and my name come out their mouth, we gonna have problems. Don't be telling our business. What we did, we did. You don't write it in your tell-all. You better make up a whole nother name. You don't give my whole government name when you want to do your tell-all book. That's your tell-all book. I shouldn't be in it. And if I'm
going to sue you for slander.
That part.
Well, you know what? And sometimes, and if we knew, for example, that Diana gave him permission, that would be different. Because, when Barbara Walters wrote her book, she talked to the Senator Ed Brooke that she had an affair with, and she let him know that she was going to. He gave her permission to tell the story. That's a whole different thing.
He was black. Keep that in mind, train passengers. He was black. Ed Brooks was black. Go ahead on, Robin.
Yes, it was. Well, that's what I had to say. But yeah, I just wanted to say. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And listen, someone told me I have to verify that she wrote it in her book, but she didn't write in those details that the man was married at the time and this, that, and the other. Smokey, do me a favor. You're 80. She's in her late 70s. You're both grandparents now. Shut up. E, what are your thoughts?
Here we go again. Another black king behaving badly. Take these capes off. Don't build these men's value at the expense of your own. Mm-hmm. You will come up short every time. These type of men are not good people. They are villains out to corrupt the reputation of women for kudos and press. Ladies, I don't know how to say this nicely. Never trust a man with hazel eyes and two earrings. Don't trust it, ladies. And his diva crown texturizer. Don't do it. These are all red flags. Before he came out and said he was with Diana Ross, I thought he was going to say Tevin Campbell or P. Diddy. I could, the way that he's looking now, it would lead me to think something else, allegedly.
Lord,
For 4 years, because I could see
He's
him now.
married right now. He's married.
So it is. This is my thing. These men don't know how to keep it player anymore. Females is more player than men nowadays, which is why I told y'all last week when it came to Freaknik, I said, never leave behind any evidence. Don't leave anything behind that suggests that you are there, because these men will tell on you. And it's not cute. Believe what I say. These men will tell your business, just like the old man on the porch, Smokey. Smokey had no business telling us that back in 1730, he and Diana were sneaky links. Like, we did not need to know that. And I feel like if Diana cut things off because she was cordial with his wife, what was the point in regurgitating all of this now? Unless Robin is correct, it is for press and he's trying to get something out there. But that story didn't make anybody look good except his ex-wife and his kids, in my opinion. Oh, wait, it did make somebody else look good. It made Diana look good. Because Diana had Smokey, let him tell it, walking around that hotel with his raincoat and boots on, because Grandma Diana was taking Smokey swimming. Okay, I like that Grandma Diana, because ain't no mountain high enough. Diana's the one that got away. But I still feel like it was distasteful to put out there. And I think it's distasteful to even. I just don't think this is good. If you are known for your talent, why would you let controversy and dramatics overshadow your award-winning skill that you have been, that is your legacy? And right before you leave, you're going to tarnish what you have built with controversy?
Yeah,
I think that was a poor decision.
It was a very poor decision. And he tried to clean it up to make himself look good, because he ended with, he knew I loved my wife. And that's why she broke it up with me. I was like, this story is so ridiculously stupid. I want to slap him. But
Diva, say it again. Diva, say that part again. Say that part again.
He said that they had an affair for 1 whole year. And Diana Ross came to him and said, I got to break this off because I know your wife. And in addition to that, I know you still love her. So he was like, yeah, and she knew I love my wife. You didn't love your wife
so much
her for a whole year. Like, come on. Adele, what are your thoughts?
Trying to stay relevant, basically. I think I'm surprised, to be very honest with you, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing of the same thing. We're in a time where it's like there needs to be this dramatic drama that happens to bring the attention to you, for you to sell something or to do whatever it is that you need to do these days. It's unfortunate, but it's not about talent anymore. It's not about what it was about before. Now it's like, okay, how can I get your attention, basically?
Right.
So it's sad, but it's what it is.
Yeah, it's messy. Leo, what are your thoughts?
Yes, it's messy. I feel like Smokey Robinson is being messy, just to highlight whatever endeavor he's got going on. But I also think it's weak tea. I think that it is not for his stature of a person in the entertainment business. He is not starving. He is not starving. He is not a new artist coming out. I know Smokey. I love all his hits from back in the days. My mama used to play Diana Ross, the boss. I get it. I get what he doing, but it's still weak tea. That's all I can say. It's weak. It's a weak attempt to be relevant. That's it.
It is 100%. You said it best. Shan, what are your thoughts?
Hey, I'm gonna be Sebastian for a moment. He needs to sit his geriatric ass down. Listen, Smokey, we don't care what happened in 1902. Give it up.
He said 1902.
Like, we don't care. I just wish people would just like leave stuff alone. I think, like Auntie Robin said, he's doing it to bring up, some viral moments. So his comment, his whatever, his project can get some, clout. They
Right.
really do anything for clout.
It's sad. And especially when you
At this
82.
age.
Yeah.
Sit down and play with your grandkids. Like
that part. Okay, yes. Sebastian, did you go?
No, I did not go. I'm gonna go now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. As Robin did say, he's making press. Okay, this is called marketing. Let him do it. But I understand that he's gonna have to expect the blowback that comes with doing certain things.
Marketing?
This is called marketing. Yes, this is marketing.
Okay.
But he's gonna have to accept the fact that the blowback he's gonna get from everyone after he unleashed all these things that were practically almost half a century or a century and a half old.
Mm-hmm. Chef Cab, what are your thoughts?
I agree with everybody else.
Okay. Christopher, you're in the building. What are your thoughts? I'm having trouble. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm having trouble hearing you. What are your thoughts? Hello? All right. I don't know. We couldn't hear Christopher. I'm sorry, Christopher. I couldn't hear you. If you could come back in, but we are about. Yes.
Who was that? That was Sebastian. Sebastian said it's marketing. What Smokey did to Diana. So I want to
it
some
is.
marketing.
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm not agreeing with it, but it's just marketing. It's just
Well, I didn't say that, Sebastian.
Oh, okay.
I was just recapping to make sure I heard it correctly. So I want to start some marketing as well. The views and what I'm about to say of E is in no way reflecting upon Diva and the gray haired Diva channel. Hello, I'm having an affair with Trey Songz allegedly. So please, I'm marketing everybody. Please spread the word. I'm marketing. I don't have anything to sell yet, but I'm marketing.
Oh Jesus.
Well, no, well,
Emmanuel keeps falling out. Okay, but listen, guys. That's pretty much our relationship. Hold on, let me see if Emmanuel is okay. Emmanuel, I don't know. You want to really quick about Smokey and Diana?
Yes. I just have a question. Don't come for me, E. It's just a question for y'all.
Okay.
Is he not allowed to share his lived experience? It's just a question because it's something that involved him and his life. And like someone said, nobody comes out here looking good. He's putting himself look bad by saying that he had an affair. It's his life story. Is he not allowed to share that? Just a question for y'all.
Damn.
Well, for
Okay,
me,
so Emmanuel, I'll go first. Hold on one second. I said it earlier, and I just want the whole world to say it just in case some exes are listening. If you do a telebook and we was ever together, if my name is in that book, first of all, don't even call me and ask me because the answer is no up front, point blank in a period. Okay? If my name is in that book, if my name comes out your mouth when you do an interview, I promise you, you and I are going to have problems.
Well, Garcelle did it, and we applauded her.
About Will Smith, that's true.
I don't care what nobody else do. What is that Mariah Carey song? I'm gonna hunt you down like a Wendy Williams interview. I'm gonna hunt you down. No cameras, no nothing. That's why I don't do no FaceTime. I'm not doing none of that. You're not catching me and going to screenshot me and record me. None of that. I'm not sending you no new pictures.
That's right.
My name better not come out your mouth. Even if you my ex-husband, shut your mouth.
Diva, let me
Matter of
talk.
fact,
Situation all day. We can
If
talk
he
all
had
day,
said,
but don't bring my name up. What was the
that
point of him
part.
bringing her
hold
name
up.
up?
If
For what?
okay, if he
and
had
see, this
said,
is
I had an affair with a highly famous
He need to say all
singer
that.
of a girl group in Motown, would that matter?
He don't need to say all of that. You don't even need to drop clues.
well,
Okay?
can I ask a
Jeopardy.
question?
This ain't Jeopardy. You don't even need to drop clues. What you shouldn't even be bringing that up. You was dead wrong. We not here in our 80s. In our 80s,
Well,
we're
in your
promoting.
80s,
No, we ain't
things
doing
are a
that.
little shaky at your 80s.
No,
Like,
let me.
you're
We're
not.
So, which is,
gonna go
but
around. Hold on a second, because we got to do final closeout. We'll go around. You answer Emmanuel question, and you give your last thoughts on everything. But before we give our last thoughts, I just want to say this. It has to do with relationships, but we're gonna address this in July when the book comes out. So hold on one second here. Gonna address this in July when the book comes out. Okay. This Mr. Man right here. His name is Jimmy. Okay. They call him Jim, aka Jimmy L. Townsend. And y'all like, well, D, well, who's that? This is Steve Harvey's wife, ex. Okay, so Margie Harvey, this is her ex. Her ex-man wrote this book.
I'm
It's his
gonna get it.
tell-all. And it's going to
Oh,
pre-order it now. Pre-order it now because we're going to talk about it on this channel. It's supposed to be coming out in July. I pre-ordered my copy, okay?
Wait, you said that's
Listen,
Majori's
hold on one
ex?
second. Hold on one second. Hello, my name is Jim L. Townsend. Okay, and I'm telling my story in this memoir, a story of my journey filled with challenges and hardships. I'll take you through my experience as I try to make sense of a world filled with child abuse, anger, fear, and addiction. You'll get a front row seat to what it's like to face violence, drug dealing, my marriage to Marjorie Harvey.
Oh, is this
Current
Lori?
wife, yes, it is. Current wife of actor / comedian Steve Harvey, in greed and how it can impact somebody's life. My goal is to provide an intimate and raw look at what I went through, using a vivid language to help you understand my journey through my eyes. So this is his story, okay? This memoir is for anyone who wants to delve into the complexities of the human experience and understand the strength of the human spirit. After reading it, I hope you feel inspired and empowered, and that you see a message of hope and perseverance. If you're looking for a real, honest, and powerful story, this is entertaining as well and informative. This memoir is for you. This is part 1 of a 3-part series. He called Marjorie Harvey a gold digging whore. These are my words. These are not my words. That's what he told her.
But did he lie though?
Wait, hold on one second. Let me finish. Wait, hold on one second. Let me finish real quick. Hold on one second. He also said that she claimed that she never liked big lit men. This man is about to drop a whole dime. He was also sentenced to life in prison, but thank God for Obama. Somebody in that chat, give it up for Obama. Give it up for Obama, because
Are you
thank God
sure?
for Obama. Obama pardoned him.
Why did Obama pardon him?
Okay.
Why did Obama pardon
Wait,
him?
best side, because he did. Wait, hold on. Best side PK, you don't do that. Don't do that, Diva. They already have you on film after 94. They ain't got this chick on film. I promise you. Thank you for the super chat. Okay. You listen. All I say is everybody order the book. It's coming out in July. Pre-order it. Because it's going to go down on this channel here when this book come out. We're going to go chapter by chapter. And Jimmy's going to tell us his side of the story. Why did Obama part of him? Because he was part of the drug situation. And they said that, back then, these particular individuals, they got unfairly sentenced. He was sentenced to life. And he was a, alleged drug dealer. So
he ain't kill nobody. Because he ain't kill nobody.
No, he did not. But he didn't directly, because when you giving the pumping the drugs and the people, that's a whole nother story. But let me say this. He better thank God for Obama. But you know what's funny? Obama pardoned him, but he need to listen to Michelle Obama words. When they go low, you go high. He going to the gutter, calling his ex-wife a whore.
I want to know, did he lie about anything though? Because I'm going to say this: is he the biological dad of Lori?
No, he is
Or
not.
his brother.
Boy, Emmanuel is a G.
Wait. So listen to this. So Marjorie was with the one man. He went to jail, and then she got with his brother, who she had Lori's baby by. I mean, baby is Lori's baby's daddy is his brother.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
That's
No,
Lori's
that's
uncle.
Diva, you were dead wrong to bring this up today.
I
I know.
Only
It's
because we want to
relationship.
talk about it.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna start at the bottom. We're gonna work our way up to top because this was Relationship Saturday, honey, and that's an entanglement for you. The ex coming back to haunt you, and the name of the book is Snakes in the Garden. Did y'all catch that? Now, hold on 1 second. That's the name of the book. You can't make this stuff up. Is
So
he calling
this-
Marjorie a snake?
Has he already written the other 2 books?
I don't know, but do you see this? This is the name of the book, Snakes in the Garden. Look at him. Look at him. That's when he was young before he went back to jail. That's probably where he made this picture of. He was young and then he had to rot in jail for 26 years. He says snakes in the garden. Well, we about Jimmy. I ordered the book. We about to hear about these snakes. And listen, it's $30, but this is the hard copy. And guess what? He gonna sign it for you. See that? If you pre-order on here, because you can't get it cheap on Amazon, but get the signed copy because this may be worth something one day.
Drop the link. Drop the link.
I doubt it.
You said you doubt it. Okay, listen.
I doubt it.
Guys, the siblings are cousins. Yeah, the siblings are cousins. Yeah, this thing is a mess. Thank you, Roya, for putting the link in there. Roya put the link in there. Get the book. We're gonna recap this book on our channel here, and we probably bounce back and forth between. You know how when we do our recaps on books, we bounce back and forth between my channel and Roya's world. We're gonna throw down in this book. He said it's raw. It's his story. He gonna use some language. So if you sensitive to the language, be prepared. He about to tell you what went down, and he named Marjorie in there.
What?
Because he done went down for 26 years. And he said that he spoke to Marjorie because Tasha K interviewed him. Now, I'm not paying for the Tasha K app, so I got to wait till she drop it on YouTube. But when she showed the clip, Tasha K interviewed him. And when he showed the clip, he said he spoke to Marjorie 3 days before she married Steve Harvey.
Oh.
And he said that Steve Harvey told his child that I'm your daddy now, because where's your punk whatever daddy? Y'all know what I want to say there. That's what listen, go look for the Tasha K clip. That's what this man said out of his mouth. He said, I'm here now. I'm going to give you a better life. And I gotta love you because I love your mother.
Right. Exactly. I saw him somewhere on TV. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
said,
you know,
I gotta love you because I love your mother.
That's what he did. That come on now, Cat. Over here, we not doing that Oprah list. We doing Divas list. I'm down for the Divas Summer Book Club move back. That's right. We doing Divas list. And you know, with my list, you get a little raw because my real book club, they got this book now that I fell asleep on. I'm not down for that. I need the drama. It's reading. Okay. This is Divas Summer Book Club list. Get the book. Jimmy says Snakes in the Garden. Woo, he done named that book, didn't he? Snakes in the Garden. He named that. He came through with that name. Woo, child.
Well, it's on Audible because I get my books on Audible.
I know it's on Kindle because I went on Amazon, but and you know what, Leo, I love Audible too. That's how I get through things. But I got this horrible book that I'm my book club meeting tomorrow, and that book is dreadful, and it's on Audible, and I be falling asleep. Girl, bye.
Oh no,
Emmanuel, your final thoughts, okay? Snakes in the Garden. What are your thoughts? We're closing out, Emmanuel. Are you there? Okay, we might have lost Emmanuel. Chef Cab, Snakes in the Garden. What are your thoughts? Final thoughts? We're closing out.
Wow. Well, we'll see what really happens. I mean, of course, there's two sides to every story, and we'll see what happens. I've heard some rumblings about this. Until I read it, I really can't speak on it, but I'm interested. I'm interested in finding out, his perspective and his point of view. And Steve Harvey has said it on several times, Punk, father or husband. He actually just said it on an interview on Shade Room. So he said he stands by that. So, but the thing is, here's a man who has armed security. So, it's easy to be bold when you got armed security. So word
to that. Word to that. Oh, that's right, clear. No snakes on the train. Okay, no snakes on the train. There's snakes.
I'm sorry, Diva. Did you come to me? I'm
I
sorry. I
did.
think
I
I was
did,
having.
Emmanuel. That's okay. Go ahead. What are your final thoughts?
All right, just overall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just overall, we were talking about relationships. I I'm gonna reiterate that you need to look at someone, and the red flags are there, you guys. You guys might be blinded by love and try to ignore them, but trust me, the red flags are there. That's why I say that I'll make sure that the girl I engage to is not gonna cheat on me, because it has happened before, and I'm gonna be honest, there was red flags and I ignored them, so they're there. And another thing, remember that unless you are married, that's the only way you're going to be legally bonded with someone, and unless you do that covenant in front of God. And lastly, if you don't want bad things to be said about you, don't do bad things with a person. That's all.
No, that well, amen to that. I like that. That your last word, I like. But see, you know what? My thing is good, bad, and different. Keep my name out your mouth. Point blank and period. Sebastian, what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are this. I can't wait to see this book. It's gonna be very interesting. I may read it, but I just don't like the fact that Steve Harvey thinks that he could give relationship advice, but he's been married 3 times, and I don't think Marjorie either is a good person. Um, Also, we're gonna talk about the relationships thing. Emmanuel is 100% correct. The red flags are there. If you're just ignoring them, well, expect then you must expect what will come. You must accept what you come because you made your bed with roaches and you're gonna lay into it if you continue on after seeing those red flags. And Emmanuel is also right on this. Marriage is the only thing that legally binds you to someone. Yes, you can have a child with them, but by law, you guys are just co-parents. Well, even the term co-parenting is not a legal term. That's just a social term. Technically, you guys are just parent one, parent two. That's it. You are not binded to that person just because you have a child with them. Legally, yes, that person is entitled to take care of their child, visit, and everything. But I'm sorry, Nia, you didn't want to get married. You were with him for 7 years. You may have to, like, you know, pardon him after all these things. So he's now going to therapy and everything. He's trying to redeem himself. And you know what? You only live once. So that's it.
Thank you, Sebastian. Shan, your final words.
She only lived once, but she should stay with the scrub. Anyways.
Well, she's been with a lot of men, so
Oh
she's
my!
had
How
other
you know?
kids. She had a whole nother kid with a whole nother guy.
And so what?
How's
She
that
could
be
be
the
Shan,
locked
don't,
in.
Shan, don't feed into the shenanigans.
She's
Don't. Stick. Focus on me. What's your final word? You
Married or
good?
not married, red flags or no red flags. If a man want to cheat on you, he's gonna cheat on you.
Amen.
So I don't know what y'all talking about marriage and legal contracts and red flags. Some people don't have any red flags. I never been cheated on that I know of. Cause I wish a nigga would, but no.
Most
No,
times.
but
Most
like
times.
that I know of, right? I'm not saying it's above me, but what I'm saying is hashtag stop making excuses for men. You know, that's all.
That's it.
Oh, she got
Thank
some
you,
E up
Shan.
in her.
Leo, what are your final thoughts?
Unpopular opinion. I don't have no ways ties about how Marjorie did her thing. As most issues is very very layered. If look, I don't know what degree Margie got. I don't know what business she started before she was with Steve. All I know is that when she got with him, it was a great big old glow up and a great big old build upon their wealth that happened when they got together. Everything is not clean. Everything is not the way it's supposed to be, perhaps in the eye of the public. I'm quite sure this man is pissed, and I am gonna get his book if it get on Audible, and I'm gonna listen up every word. But it's not to say that his point of view may be accurate. She may be a gold digger, but she dig them goals right this particular time. I can't. He's not as long as I don't hear nothing about him slapping her around or talking down to her or
Right.
she talking down to him. As long as they relationship seems to be healthy, as long as them kids see it as healthy. I
Mhm.
mean, if he want to be sour, let him be sour. He's sour. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, yeah. Their story is layered, but I do agree at this point they've been together. I want to say Steve and Marjorie for 14 years. And so it is what it is, right? You gotta let go everything else. Another person, I mean, we could do a whole lot just on the Harveys because his ex-wife Mary, she's still very salty about this situation, very salty. She, because allegedly Margie was cheating with Steve when him and Mary was together, and Mary is pissed because Steve took their son Winton away from her. So they could be a story in and of itself. And all I could say is that stuff happens, but when a decade has passed, you have, at the very least, you got to let it go. And if you didn't let it go, you need severe counseling. Like, you need to speak to the counselor via Zoom in the morning, the afternoon, and the night. Because when you holding on to a decade-long grudge, you are doing yourself in, not the other person.
There before we move on.
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't get to comment on the guy with the book. You
Yes,
said Tasha
Snakes
K.
in the Garden. Snakes in the Garden, yes.
Yeah, you said Tasha K promoted his book.
No, Tasha K interviewed him.
Oh,
he got a lot to say. He served 27 years. Thank you, LLO. 27 years, and he was going to serve life. He better think what he should have wrote instead of Snakes in the Grass. He should have wrote a dedication to Obama, because he wouldn't be on these streets for him.
That's true.
All I know is he needs to cut you, the gray hair diva, and Tasha K a check, because nobody would know who he is, and we don't care.
No, let me tell you something, Shando. The streets is talking.
I didn't know who he was until you brought it up.
You didn't. Yeah, but the streets is talking because he got a
I
whole
remember
lot
hearing
to
this
say.
story, but not like.
Well, let me also say this. He's also throwing accusations in the air that the feds could have came for her too.
Really?
Oh, he got a lot to say.
Interesting.
We gotta wait till he writes his book, because he was into selling this. He was a street pharmacist, like they used to say in New York. He's a street pharmacist, and when he went down, she got with another street pharmacist. That's why he called her gold digging whore. Not me, he did. And so he throws a lot of accusations out there about him, but I believe, I have to dig into it more. I believe that Marjorie was part of the help of him getting out. Like, she was writing letters to Obama to help get him out. So my thing is, if that is so, she helped got you out, shut up. You could have told this Snakes in the Garden without her name in there. But that's my thought. But go ahead. Adele, what are your final words?
But FYI, my internet is playing up with me just in case.
Okay.
But overall, there's just so much here to unpack. But any relationship is as good as individuals and how well they can fit within the dynamics of them. From the Steve Harvey situation to the Nia Long situation, there's just a lot of people like and just the recent one we're talking about. Steve Harvey was also part of helping to get him out. There may have been situations that were involving where maybe not everyone did everything they're supposed to, but they helped get you out. He's been taking care of your family, no matter how maybe he didn't do it perfectly, or maybe your kids don't like him. They're not supposed to like him better than you. You are their father. So if they say you're not my father, kids say that. Though that's what kids do. The point is he was trying from the place that he was at. He made mistakes too. He's been a little bit have issues with his ex. But again, it's the dynamics. Everybody's doing their mess, and everybody's trying in some way, shape, or form. But at the end of the day, I believe no one's perfect. So how can we work together to create the best relationships we can? It's a tough situation, and a situation is different. So you can't even make a general statement. It's tough.
It
It's
is
tough.
tough. You know what? And you make a good point. So Steve and Margie helped get you out, and now you coming out in these streets writing snakes in the grass.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could have been a snake behind them bars for the rest of your life. So
Mhm.
so tread lightly when you write in part 2 and 3 if you didn't write it already.
Yeah.
Tread lightly. Robin, your final thoughts.
Sorry, I was on another tab.
Uh-huh.
I'm very interested in this story because it
Mm-hmm.
sounds very juicy and intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she wasn't part of the operation, and maybe if she did if he was helped by Steve and Marjorie to get out, I
Mm-hmm.
think it might have been because she was part of the operation before, and he says she's the gold digger. And when the street terminology is maybe he wants to make money off of this book because he didn't get what they call his PC from the sales. That's what I'm saying. Oh, and I also want to say that I learned something so interesting today. I
Mm-hmm.
always learn a little something. It appears that our dear Sebastian may have found his bride already, because we
Oh,
already know she's not American.
Oh my.
Who is she, Sebastian?
All I know
I'm
is
not
let's
disclosing
pray
stuff
for
like
her.
that. I'm sorry.
Let's
I'm not
pray for
disclosing
her.
stuff like that.
Oh, well, y'all gotta tell me. Well, obviously, she will never, ever, ever cheat on him, like ever. She's
No,
perfect.
absolutely not.
She's
No, she won't.
perfect. She will never do anything wrong. I gotta
No.
see this perfect person. You know that you have already known that there is not one red flag on this perfect person that you have met. Okay.
Hashtag pray for Sebastian's wife.
I am not engaged. I don't know why y'all was running with that.
Hashtag we better not see you on 90 Day Fiance the other way. Hashtag
You never know.
is it going to be an
That
arranged
part.
marriage? Hashtag spill your tea.
Okay, listen, Roy, your final thoughts.
I think I've shared enough of my thoughts during the live, but before we close out, management sent down some numbers and we had 181 likes today. So we want to thank everyone who was hitting that like button because the ratio was great. Also, we want you to subscribe to Chronicles of the Gray Hair Divas YouTube channel as we are still working towards 30,000 subscribers. We did not forget, so please do that. Also, the next book for May, 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty. So make sure you get your copy so that you can review with me and Diva. Our first review date will be coming soon. And then lastly, Diva, would you like to talk about your members only before the people go so that we can let the people know?
Oh yeah. So if y'all want to join my membership program, you can hit the join button and become a member. And I'm planning on doing great things for the members only side of things. If you are in the state of New Jersey and you know an economical videographer, send me the information because I'm looking for one. And don't forget, I need a few good moderators. If you are willing to be a moderator, hit your sister up via email. I think is the email in that thing right there. I need.
I'll put it in there. Don't worry. I got you.
Thank you. Yes, I need some moderators. So other than that, guys, I mean, I had
No,
yes. Go ahead, eat. I'm sorry. Did I not come to you?
yeah, you skipped me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to answer Emmanuel's question because once you put something in print, you cannot take it back. And your life story, and this is in relation to Smokey because I know our topics pass. You cannot sum up your life story in 20 chapters. And if you can, you may not have accomplished that much, but your life story, simply put, is your perspective. And the tricky thing about perspective is that it can change with maturity, information, and time. And with the weight of immortalizing your words about people you knew or once loved, being aware of the potential that you can taint their reputation. Why would you do that for money unless it's a cautionary tale, depicting your bad decision making and warning others not to do the same, or if you're a survivor of SA or DV. And so I that is why I'm on the fence about Smokey, because he's accomplished so much. To me, this was a step. This is something I would anticipate of a reality star, not someone as accomplished as Smokey. But when it comes to Jimmy Townsend, I want to read that book, and I'm already believing 50% of it. I can tell you out the gate. Reason being, Marjorie allows Steve to adopt that man's kids, and I want to hear their story. And I would love for those children to speak out. I would love to hear more from them. And this is all while Steve is not publicly involved with his own kids. So the more Steve and Marjorie try to project this Huxtable lifestyle and organization, the more I disbelieve. So I'm ready to hear what Jimmy has to say.
All right, we got to hear Jimmy's side of the story, right? But Jimmy, remember Jimmy, they helped you get out. You was going to be behind the bars for life. All right. So listen, guys, thank you so much for being here. I had fun doing this Relationship Saturday live. I will see you next time. Have an amazing night. And don't forget, if you didn't hit the like button, hit it on the way out. And we'll see you on the next train ride. Choo choo.
Bye.
Bye.